I think we're live now.
Are we live now?
I think we're
We're live this
live now.
time.
Can you hear me now? Remember those commercials? How
Uh,
annoying those fucking things are.
oh man. You know,
What commercial was that?
it's
Was that
always
AT&T?
it's AT&T. Yes, the AT&T guy.
I'm an
You
AT&T
sure we're live
guy.
now?
Yeah,
You
we're
sure?
up. I see it
You
on
sure?
YouTube. I see my dumb face.
That's kind of important. It's on the right channel and everything. Yeah,
Yep,
we're
yep,
good. We're
yep.
good
We're
there.
good.
Yeah,
Sports,
yeah,
sports socks. Ah,
yeah.
that's the kind of week we're having. We are. I started our live 5 minutes ago in my head. Not for real
In
though.
in your head, you were.
Yeah,
Yeah,
me and
you were
Armchair were
right.
talking like there were people here. Not a
There
soul.
was not.
Not a
There was not. We
soul.
were.
Just me and you hanging out.
Hey, welcome to Great North Sports, the 17-minute, 18-minute late edition.
Yep.
Uh, we look, Dubs has been you've been running. If you remember the old days, we always used to have the stream start, and Dubs would sprint in. It was always a good time.
Simultaneously falling into my
Yeah.
chair as we go live.
But you know, it happens. Currently, our teams are playing in baseball, and it's going as you would expect. Blue Jays all of a sudden doing things. I don't know what happened.
The cold happened, which is kind of concerning for a team that has October aspirations, that the April cold is just completely neutralizing this team. But hey, it's April. We don't care about cold games in April. We care about cold games in October. I will, however, concede that there's a solid chance we get swept in this series. So I'll give you guys 64 wins on my total. I'll update it. How do we feel about that?
I mean, I like that. I like that you've gone all the way up to 64 wins. They're currently going to be. They're good if they win this game. That's first in the division. That'll put them at 8-5. So it's not a ton of faith, but it's kind of funny. They're playing a lot better than I think we both expected.
Way
I still
better.
thought they were.
Also, the Vladdy extension, which we can get into that helps
Yeah,
my outlook on the season this year, because even if things go wrong, like, you have an anchor, you have a lifeboat, like,
they
you
have something. Yeah,
exactly.
yeah, yeah.
You have
There's
something to
hope.
fall back on. It's like when we were absolutely horrible these last few seasons, but they got the Devers contract done. You're like, okay, all right.
We we talked about this on an episode when
At the
they
worst it could
didn't.
possibly be is that Lambo in the trailer park meme.
When they didn't re-sign him at his imposed deadline, it felt like there was nothing. There was no hope for the team at all. You signed Tony Taters, which was fine, but it's like that's not your long-term piece. Bo Bichette had been rumored to be on the outs. Vladdy didn't want to stay, and you had like aging George Springer
Who
and
is just
whatever's left.
butchering the Red
He's
Sox.
killing you guys. He was hitting like 450.
Coming in, he's probably up to 650 now, dude. It's great. I don't think we've got him out.
He just does what he wants. He is having himself
He
a
always
series.
killed us, even when he was in Houston. But goddamn, I remember when he
He's not.
signed that contract with the Blue Jays. I was like, awesome. I get to see more
Yeah,
George Springer.
yeah,
That's
that's what you
exactly what
wanted.
we needed.
He's not playing today,
Hey,
so you're
we
not going to get
just
him
got
out.
out of the seventh though. No
He did
damage.
get out of the
Still
seventh. It's a
1-1.
1-1 tie.
We take those.
Bo Bichette has been raking lately,
Oh my
but
god,
Vladdy
such a good
signs
hitter.
14 years, 500 million, and people will say that's too much money. Don't be stupid. It's not your money. No one's asking you to pay it.
The Blue
Second of all,
Jays have been
14 years is
looking for
a long
someone to
time.
give that money to for so long. They've had it. It's just been burning a hole in their pocket. They're like, somebody please take our money.
Like like a kid at Toys R Us. It's like they're like, I got to get something, and it's like, I don't think you have to, and they're
Me, the
like, no, I have
second
to.
my Florida bet cashed, I was like, let's go. I have bandwidth.
It's so much money. I'm fine with it. There's no deferrals. There's a big signing bonus, so it doesn't all get taxed at once. 14 years is a long time, and people are
Long
like, "Oh,
time.
he's gonna be bad," and it's like, not really, not really. He's a plus four WAR player per season
He's a
right
guy that
now.
will be such a good hitter that even late in his career, if all he has to do is DH, guess what? He's still got
DH.
value.
If I told you you can have a DH that hits 25 bombs a year and hits 250, you're gonna take
Sold.
that. Like that's Justin Turner.
Sold.
That's like, you know what I mean? That's what you
It's
want.
not like
And he,
Vladdy's skill set
he's a
is
first
determined
baseman.
exactly. He's not an outfielder. He's not ranging for balls. He's not a runner by any means. Like
Someone
his
tried to
skill
compare
set
him to
will
Aaron
translate.
Judge. Someone tried to compare him to Aaron Judge, and I was like, it's an unfair comparison because Judge plays the outfield. He's an outfielder, and Judge is a home run machine. Also, only likable Yankee, barely, but still. Um, I think that it's a good deal for the Blue Jays. I think that long term it gives you, like you said, it gives you your cornerstone. Last week I talked about the three young guys that got locked up. Vladdy's still young. He's still very young. Long term deals, no deferral. This is the opposite of those. Those were all lower money, long term. Kettle Marte's the oldest of the group. Christian Campbell locked up long term. That's a great deal for you guys.
Fantastic deal.
That's a
We
that's a
want to be
phenomenal
the
deal.
Braves so bad, so bad.
You don't want to be the Braves. Do I need to tell you where the Braves are? Do you remember? Do you know where the Braves? You do not want to be the Braves.
We don't want
They've
to be the
won two
Braves right
games
now,
now, though.
but we want to be the way they built their roster, the foundation of it. Lock up that
Sign
young
long
core,
term.
buy out the arbitration years, and
Just pay for it.
exactly, it's gonna
What's
be worth it.
what's an
What's that
arbitration? What's an
contract?
arbitration year worth it? Like
Exact
what's an RB year worth? What's it really worth?
more than 80 million.
Is it
Like
worth
if
is it worth is it worth 20 million a season? Because like realistically, you go into these years. Let's look at it like how contracts are usually built. Your first one is like a low dollar value, couple of years you get in, then you get that first crack at arbitration, and you'll usually come out if you're a stud, not a super like not a. We're not talking about your like Acuna Juniors and Vladdy's and um, Fernando Tatis. Like we're not like talking those guys. We're not talking Mookie or Devers or any of those guys. We're talking like the step below them. So what? They get like 7 to 14 million a year, and then by the time they get that third deal, when they're really in the arb years, it's going to be 15 to 20 million a season. Or you can pay them 80 million over 6 years now.
the most the
Just
Red
eat it.
Sox will ever be paying Christian Campbell is 13 or 14 million a year. Sold, done. Kid looks like an
Easy.
absolute stud so far. Locking him up,
Looks
which
great.
I know we just talked about Vladdy's deadline and whatnot.
Yeah.
Those mean nothing apparently because Garrett Crochet was like, "I'm not going to negotiate mid-season," and then he had one start and was like, actually, I'll sign that. I'm down."
Hey, you know what talks more than anything?
Money,
Money. Money. What we've
moolah.
learned, what we've learned from the NFL, what we've learned from Major League Baseball, what we learned from the NBA is money talks more than anything. I'm DK Metcalf and I want to play somewhere warm. How
I
about
want to go to a
Pittsburgh?
contender.
How about Pittsburgh? Pittsburgh's warm. It's not warm in Pittsburgh. I'm sorry, it's not. Miles Garrett
Are there
said
any
he
palm
wanted to go
trees in
play for
Pittsburgh, Mr. Metcalf? You see any palm trees in Pittsburgh?
Miles Garrett penned a letter to the fans saying that he wanted to play for a contender and he was sorry, but he had to be traded. And then he signed for a bag.
A bag.
Like Vladdy
A
says,
bag.
I won't negotiate after my deadline. I want to focus on the season. And the team was like, how about half a billy? And he was like, that seems pretty reasonable. I think I'll sign that one. I mean, and people were like, why would he take that and not wait until the Mets give him an offer or, test free agency for $500 million? That's why he takes that. Don't be an idiot. What if he gets hurt halfway through the year, has 5 homers and hits like 250 with 27 hits? Who's signing him to $500 million at that point?
What was
No
Jackson
one.
Merrill's deal? 110 or 190?
Jackson Merrill's deal was significant. I think it was only 110 though.
Either way, the Red Sox
Yeah.
basically signed the exact same deal for Christian Campbell and paid $30 million less.
Yes. Yeah, it was significantly less. It is a better deal.
If that's all it takes to buy out the arbitration years on a potential star player, I'm in 9 times out of 10. Because guess what? If you're a big market team, even if that guy ends up sucking, which I don't think Campbell's going to, I don't think Merrill's going to either. I think they're both solid players. But the worst case scenario is they're not good, and you have to pay at most $13 million a year to get them off your. But you know what I mean? Like it's
Yeah.
essentially a win-win. That's an
I
insignificant amount of money when you're a team like the Boston Red Sox.
what I've learned from watching the young talent come up in Major League Baseball is that there is absolutely value in saying, "Hey, I want to keep you here," and guys want to be loyal.
Yep.
They want to stay with the team. They don't want to be traded around and like playing for a bunch of different. They want to stay in the organization. So I now ask the Blue Jays to figure out what they're doing with Bo Bichette now that they've got Vlad locked up. Because if they can get Bo on board with like a similar term,
Way different
I
feeling
think that they're
about the Blue Jays as a whole if both of those guys are locked up.
if Bo signs a 10-year deal for, let's call it 250, is that worth it?
Yeah, I'd pay that.
I'd pay anywhere 300 or less for Bo at 10 years.
Yeah, I'm cool with that. If he's not, I think 10-250 is like perfect. That's probably
That's
exactly
where
what
I
I,
that's
yeah.
where that's where I would value him because of where his career, his 2025 is off to a great start. He's hitting 314. 24 was bad. 2023 was good.
He had 3 hits
2022
yesterday
was
against
great.
us.
Yeah. Like, I mean, the guy, when he plays enough games, so 21 and 22, he played 159 games. He hit 298 and 290. That's what you're getting. You're getting a solid hitter. So I think 250 is about where I would go. I think if you can get that, you're laughing. You're laughing.
Yeah, I'm cool with that.
And let's move along because we started late. I don't want to keep you guys super long.
We got lots of
Plus,
baseball to talk.
Dubs is beat. Um, where would you like to go around the horn?
I'm all in on baseball right now. Watching the Red Sox documentary, I've only missed 2 Red Sox games so far. They were the first 2 Crochet starts, which was unfortunate, but
Yep.
other than that,
Yep.
been completely locked into this team. Quick sidebar. They had this is Bruins night at Fenway, which fucking why? First of all, second of all, they had Tuukka Rask and Zdeno Chara in the booth, and 1, 2, 3 inning. They talked for maybe a minute, and that was it. Why does it have to be a half inning? They always do this, and they just run the risk of like, you might be out there for 20 minutes on the mic, you might be out there for 30 seconds. I had to listen to the documentary guy yesterday talk on commentary for God knows how long while that fucking inning droned on. Like, and they had him come back. There was a 1, 2, 3 inning, and they were like, no, yeah, all right, he's got to come back and talk about this documentary. But I can't listen to Tuukka Rask and Zdeno Chara for more than 30 seconds. Bullshit.
I feel bad because that's a great crew to have chatting. Right. And we don't get it.
No, it's stupid.
None of it.
And but then on Sunday Night Baseball, Jordan Walker and the Cardinals are on the mic. That poor guy. He was on the mic for 15 minutes. It had to have been. Just every single ball got hit their way, and they're asking him about which Cardinals player has the most aura while the Red Sox are putting up a 10-run inning on them. Oh my God, that had to have been the worst feeling. He took it like a champ. I would have dropped the microphone and been like, I'm not doing this. I'm done. 5 minutes was my max.
I totally agree. I think that having people, so for one,
I like hearing from the
innings,
players and shit. You know what I mean?
But do you want to hear? So do you want to hear them during the game, or do you want to hear them when it's like in between the innings? I would rather in between the innings have the conversation on TV.
Yeah, but you got to play commercials
because. Yeah, you do, but can't we figure out a way to do that better?
Probably. We got to pay the bills. I think that I don't hate it.
Pay the bills better.
I do see what you're saying.
Hold on. You're saying we got to pay the bills. These networks are owned by the teams. You are the ones paying the bills. What are we talking about?
Yeah, you're right, actually.
Tell me that the Yes Network can't be like, we're going to, hey, in the 4th inning, we're going to skip the big commercial break, and we're only going to do a half commercial break. Or it's going to be a longer delay between innings.
NESN 360 fucking sucks, by the way. The app sucks. You can watch live or from the beginning on your phone, but can't watch from the beginning on your desktop. which is fucking stupid to begin with. The audio for the announcers, we're what, 10 games into the season? One ear. Only one ear. It's not just me, it's everybody. I was like, is my headset fucked up? No, it's Nesson. Why is the announcers are in one ear and then the rest of the game is in the other? It's incredibly weird. I don't like it.
I don't like that.
No audio for the opening day ceremony. Brutal.
Why would you need that? Why would you need audio?
Like, we're 10 games in and I have 3 major problems already.
Look, I admire the commitment. It takes a lot to watch 100 games of 162.
I'm falling back in love with the Red Sox.
But I love that for you.
Yeah.
I have not been able to watch a full start to finish Blue Jays game yet. I haven't had the time. It's not from attempted. Like I've watched bits and pieces, like 4 innings or 5 innings of something, or I've like come in late, or like got the beginning but missed the end. But I've not been able to like sit down and watch.
I've been purposely clearing my schedule anytime the Red Sox are on. I'm like, no, I'm not doing that. I'm not doing this. I'm not doing that.
If you can't watch it in the stadium, what's your favorite way to consume a baseball game? I have a very particular take on this. You want to watch it like on TV with commentators?
Oh, okay.
I think to watch it, or do you want to like listen on radio? Would you rather watch a stream? Like,
I do really like listening on radio. When I used to do delivery all the time, I would listen on radio, and I liked it.
Best.
It is really good. It's something about baseball on the radio that's
baseball.
They also all sound like the old timey radio.
That's because they are.
Yeah, it's
almost all of them are. Baseball on the radio is
like we just had Castiglione retire last year. He's been doing it for fucking ever, and it's like that's the voice. Like that's Red Sox baseball on the radio.
Give me baseball on the radio.
Yeah, I like
all day long. All day long. I don't want to consume it any other way, to be honest with you. I love consuming baseball. Like I think it's great.
Best. I wish
in the stadium is the best.
It's tough with the pitch clock. Like watching it any other way with the pitch clock, like on TV, fantastic. In the stadium, it suffers. Yeah. I know it's not a hot take. Everyone has said that, but it really does. You're like, God damn, it's the 8th inning already. Like,
I know.
It's crazy.
Give me that though.
But yeah, it's very convenient for me to watch more than 5 fucking games a year.
Baseball on the radio is the best. I will absolutely. I'll die on that hill all day long.
Absolutely good.
There's no way that I would ever consider anything else.
Quick sad TV's news for baseball. I know that that nightclub in the Dominican had the roof collapse last night.
Absolutely brutal.
Absolutely brutal. I know it's getting coverage like in baseball circles, but I really haven't seen it anywhere else. Like 120 something people died in a horrible tragedy last night.
So we lost Octavio Dotel,
World Series champion,
former pitcher. We lost
Tony Blanco.
There was Tony. I was going to say the Nationals guy, Tony Blanco.
Nelson Cruz's sister, who's a governor or mayor or something, some political office she held.
Pedro Martinez says that he has many family members that are unaccounted for at this time. So it's an incredibly sad situation.
Yeah, it's crazy, and I just wanted to get that out there. There's something.
Yeah,
keep on your minds.
I want to ask you about stolen bases. Well, we have a chance to talk some baseball here.
And they are so back.
You know who loves stolen bases more than anybody? O'Neal Cruz. That's who loves stolen bases. 7 for 7.
Did you see
7 for 7? We're like 10 games in for him, and he's 7 for 7.
You see Max Fried do his fake throw, and O'Neal Cruz did the I'm going back.
I believe you.
O'Neal Cruz.
That's exactly
awesome.
What that was.
That Pirates team is super
Cruz
likable.
I hope. Speaking of signing young talent, please lock all those guys up.
Do it. Change the culture.
That's a phenomenal team. Are we joking here? Make it happen.
Sign them.
Make it happen.
Pitching
Sign
staff's
him.
awesome. O'Neal Cruz is an absolute stud. Brian Reynolds, I guess,
So,
he's already been locked up. Like, there's
yeah,
Brian Hayes.
give me
The
that.
team's fun.
Give me that. Brian Hayes he's a dog. He's underrated. He is a dog though.
I like him.
I love it. I love it.
The A's stadium.
It's everybody hits a billion runs there. That's it.
Today was the first day the over didn't hit.
It
Tyler
they're not
Soderstrom
cool.
has like 6 home runs already in this season. Yeah, Tyler SodaStream himself.
What are we even doing?
It's
Like, what are we
absolutely
talking about?
asinine
Brett
that they're playing there and not at the Coliseum. Like, yeah, let's go to Sacramento and play in this fucking tin can. Like, it's crazy. It's so small. Everyone's just rocking home runs there.
At least when Toronto during COVID had to play in Buffalo, it's like an appropriately sized stadium. Like nobody was hitting, like no one was like, "Oh, we go to Buffalo and it's going to be like a 10 homer game." This feels like a single A stadium.
It's crazy.
It's like
the Rays
like,
are at a shitty stadium too. They're not having the same thing. They're not going
no,
17 runs in a game. Like,
it's because they're playing at a Yankee ballpark.
yeah, it's also the Rays.
Plus with Rays, which
Not
still
known for
funny
their
story.
offense.
Rays still not the worst team in the division right now.
Nope.
They're a
not.
game ahead of Baltimore.
Steven
What
Tao,
happened?
what happened? We're waiting.
MVT. I need you to answer.
Please stand up. Yeah,
Roll-
that stadium's a
Roll this
joke.
Chapman in for the
I'm gonna
Blue Jays.
keep.
Sorry,
Sorry.
Roldis Chapman's in now.
Oh, is he?
Roldis Chapman's in to face Vladdy.
Yeah, he is.
The top of the ninth.
They don't give a fuck about putting him in save situations. They just put him in the ninth. It doesn't matter.
Vladdy singled.
Oh, you're ahead of me. Aroldis is like, it's so hit or miss. Like, he's either on and just striking dudes out, throwing 100, or people are knocking him all over the place.
Got to be honest with you, throwing 100 doesn't mean the same as it used to.
No, it doesn't.
And Santander and Guerrero are not the guys you want to be juicing fastballs. Because if they hit that, it's going a long way.
Especially with the Santander with the wall there.
Yes. Obviously, the big story last week was Atlanta just off. They're finally off the schneid. They finally got a win. They've got 2 now, which means they have now equaled the Colorado Rockies. Good for them. It's a solid.
That's not a list you
I
want
guess.
to be on.
No, it's not.
Like, welcome to the no-fly list. Congratulations. Cheers for Atlanta.
It's not been a great run for a couple of teams. Is there anybody that you're looking at and going, you're in real trouble, or is this just? Like,
I really do think the
I've
Braves
talked about
are in trouble. Like, I know they have
talked about
reinforcements
it
coming
much.
at some point, but you have to tread water until then.
You can't lose every game.
No,
You can't lose every game in
No,
April.
you sure
you
can't.
can't. It will not help.
you really
It will
can't.
not help.
I know you were high on the Twins. I don't see it. I don't know what the record
I'm higher.
is
I
off
was
the
higher
top
on
of
the
my
Twins.
head.
The Tigers are for real.
Tigers look really fucking good. Seattle needs any sort of offense desperately, but we all kind of knew that was going to be a thing. But, like, stop telling me Julio Rodriguez is the guy until he actually plays like the guy.
I like J-Rod.
I
just
do
need
too,
J-Rod
but
I need him to. You want to be a dog? Be a dog.
yeah, he's not
Come on.
Acuna. He's not Vladdy. Like,
No, he's not. He needs to do better.
but that
That's
pitching staff is
absolutely-
incredible. I like Cal Raleigh. Did you see what they're doing now at the Mariners Stadium? They're doing like
With the Trident?
No, that's cool too. No, I was talking about the big dumper. Cal Raleigh is dumping people.
Oh.
They're doing their breakups through Cal Raleigh. Love it. I love that.
It's hilarious. It's hilarious.
Can you imagine
but,
going to a baseball game and that's how you get broken up with? I assume they probably did it once or twice, and the rest of them were just like, "Yeah, we'll write in this one. We'll write in so and so's name, just for the act." But I hope somebody actually got dumped by going to the stadium. They're like, "Hey, Cal Raleigh."
It's very Troy McClure. Hi, I'm MLB superstar Cal Rayleigh. You may remember me from such teams as the Seattle Mariners, and I'm here to break up with you.
The big dumper.
Awful. Awful.
Victor
I know you
Robles
don't.
for
You
Seattle too broke the fuck out of his wrist on one of the best catches I've seen in a hot minute.
look good though. It was.
It was such a good catch. If there was no netting there, that's face, nose, everything. That's a whole lot of breaks. I don't think that would have ended very well. So shout out to having the net there, San Francisco. Shout out Victor Robles.
Smart.
Did you see what he said about it?
That his wrist hasn't been that sore since he discovered the lock on the door when he was 13 or whatever. Yes. Yes. Nicely done, sir. Nicely done.
Hilarious. I see. Baseball's got some personality, but they're not all bland.
Yeah,
A little flair
I like
in
it.
there.
I love baseball. Welcome back, baseball.
I like it.
Everybody
Speaking
except
of personality, Red Sox doc, check it out. I like it, especially trying to really involve myself with this team more than I have the last few years. It was nice to see some of the backstories and stuff. I know Jared Duran has been making the rounds in all of the media for sharing his mental health struggles and suicide attempt on the doc, which come out and say that to a Netflix documentary while you're like actively in front of millions of fans all the time. Like, shout out to him.
It's a big deal. It's a big deal.
Using his platform to help other people that have potentially been feeling the same thing. Keep doing it. Love it.
100%.
Tristan Casas, however, is the other person. Nothing bad about the guy. Like, he seems like a great guy, but holy fuck, is he a crazy person. He's an absolute psychopath. Every time he speaks on the documentary, I'm like, what? Like, thank God he has baseball. I don't know what he'd be doing if he wasn't an MLB superstar. He's living in a hotel.
He'd be living in a van down by the river, and if you're not old enough to understand that reference, that's all right.
Fat guy in a little coat. The
Yeah.
the guy's living in a hotel, and they're like, "Well, why do you do that?" And he goes, "It's certainly not to save money. I'll tell you that much." He's walking home. It's just every aspect of him on camera. I'm like, hey, is this a bit? Are you Andy Kaufmaning us? Like, what? Doing yoga shirtless on the left field grass every morning.
You got out of that inning.
Hey now. Hey now. Little extra baseball?
Chance to win it.
Extra baseball tonight, Armchair?
Well, you got a chance to win it in the bottom of the ninth.
I don't know
and then... yeah, I don't know. I can take a look. We'll see. Let's see what happens.
Actually, probably. No.
We like baseball.
Yeah, we love baseball here.
Never mind.
We do have other sports to talk about, though, before we get out of here. I feel pretty sufficient on my Red Sox talk. NHL, really only one story to talk about, and that's Alex Ovechkin.
Come on.
Shout out.
There's two stories to talk about.
There's
two stories to talk about.
Demidov.
There's two.
The Canadian.
Demidov is the story. Let's talk about Ovi. Breaks the record, obviously. The most significant story is Ovechkin breaking Gretzky's all-time goal record, and he did it on a ripper of a shot. Just absolutely beautifully set up. As soon as he got on the power play, you knew it was over. They were going to feed him.
That interaction he had before, too, mic'd up, where he was like, just give it to him immediately. He's going to kick it over to me on the left side. It's a goal. We're scoring.
Yeah. It's they're creatures of habit, but they're efficient creatures of habit. Like, they do so much good. He is having there was a lot of talk about what records are more significant. They talked about LeBron beating Kareem's record. I'm going to be honest with you. I don't think the records are comparable. I don't think they have anything to do. Nope. I don't see how you can look at it and go, this one is more difficult than this one. They are completely. You score 30 points a game in basketball sometimes. You might get 3 goals a game in the NHL. I don't know how many 4-goal games Ovi has, but like he's in his 40s and he's put up 40. He's the 4th highest goal scorer in the league, and he broke his left fibula. What are we even talking about?
The only comparison that you can really talk about is that they're both incredible feats of longevity.
Yes.
Outside of that,
you don't get
we don't need to compare them. Let them be their own things.
Yeah, you don't. You don't need to do that.
Also, shout out hockey for being hockey. Gretzky being in attendance and like, I'm gonna be the first person to shake his hand. Like,
Yeah,
caps off.
properly celebrated. Properly celebrated. Then he told Ted Leonsis to buy him a what is it, a Rolls Royce or
Yeah,
something.
something. He's like, he didn't get him something expensive.
But phenomenal bit by Gretzky
It's
there.
a great one.
The other
Stopping
news,
the
you
game
want
too.
more Ovi?
Yeah, sorry.
Oh yeah,
Stopping the
yeah.
game to do all that was top notch A1. I was hoping they were gonna do that. I don't know if they said beforehand that they were gonna do that, but oh, it was perfect.
I don't think so. It was we put it on to watch it in this
Yep.
house. It was like
I
we had
stopped
other
what I
things
was
that we
doing.
were interested in. It was like, you know what, we got to watch it.
I was watching the Red Sox. I was a bit banged up, little hungover from Saturday night previous, but I had to stop what I was doing and put it on because it's crazy. I missed the goal live, but
I saw it live. I was pretty pumped about that.
Yeah.
So, the other NHL news. So we had yesterday was a crazy day in the league. So we start off with Ottawa and Montreal both trying to clinch their playoff berth. We had Vancouver trying to cling to life against Dallas. And before all of that happens, SKA St. Petersburg says, just going to release Demidov and he can go sign with the NHL if he wants to. Totally up to them.
I'm
No big
guessing
deal.
their
Whatever he wants
season's
to do.
over.
Yes. So they got bounced from the playoffs in the KHL. The way that it works in the KHL, if you are unaware, is they own the rights to the player until his contract is up. But so instead of just being like, you can go on loan, it's you have to release your rights to the player. Which they did. They didn't have to do that. They could have said, no, stay here, get better, finish out your year, and then next year we can negotiate. There's probably some money being paid by Canadians ownership to SK St. Petersburg.
An untariffed contract.
Yeah. So they whatever happened in the back end, I don't know, but they said, here you go. And then Montreal had to sign Demidov once he was released to his ELC. If he wasn't signed to his entry-level contract, then he would go back to St. Petersburg and play for them again next year. But, of course, he wanted to be over here all year, but they weren't going to let him play for the first year. So they let him come over. He's somewhere between Montreal and St. Petersburg now. I don't know when he's going to be here. If you don't know who the guy is, you don't watch hockey, and you probably live under a rock. He is elite skill, elite hands, and is going to be an offensive boost
That guy
to a team that is pushing the playoffs. Ottawa lost to Columbus, but Montreal beat the Red Wings 4-1, 6 in a row for the Habs, which then clinches Ottawa's playoff spot. So Ottawa is in. Vancouver was on life support later that night playing Dallas. And in like a minute 43, they scored 4 or 5 goals. And I forget what the total comeback was.
I think it was,
but it was like
5-3, and they won 6-5. Maybe it might have been 5-2.
In like a minute 43.
Yeah.
Dallas fell apart.
The look on the coach's face after the second goal, he was like, no fucking way. What are we
This can't
doing?
be real.
Absolute
This
dismay.
can't be real.
Absolute disbelief.
No way this is happening. My question for you is should Dallas be concerned going into the playoffs with this? We're a week away. We're like a little less than 10 days away from the start of the Stanley Cup playoffs. Which is phenomenal for a few of us.
Fire your coach. Blame it on the front office.
You got to do something, but you can't be losing games in that manner this late in the season. You can lose a bad one, you can get blown out, and you can come back from that. But to get to lose like that feels real bad. It feels really bad if you're Dallas. You're thinking to yourself, we're going to be one of the top teams in the West. And you just got knocked off by a Vancouver team that isn't looking good to make it. I mean, Calgary's pushing there too. Calgary's closer than Vancouver, and it is unbelievable right now. I'd be worried. If I'm Dallas, I'd be worried. I don't like it at all.
Sorry, I was seeing if Luka was going off.
He's not.
They're in Dallas.
Top of the 10th, baby.
He is going off. It's 31 in the first half.
Yeah, he's having a good day.
Wiping away tears at the start for his tribute video, and then went out and dropped 31 on your head in the first half. Oh my God, what a stud! Can't believe he traded that away. At least it could be worse if you're the Dallas Stars. You could be the Dallas Mavericks.
That's true. The only thing worse. Which Dallas team is in the
Cowboys.
most trouble right
It's the
now?
Cowboys. It's always the Cowboys. The Rangers are one, Stars are probably two. It's the Cowboys.
We don't even need to go over the list.
Although they did just get Bazooka Joe.
I do like that.
Can we talk about the dismay that put the fan base into also real quick before we stone stories and get out of here? Why the fuck do we care this much about a third string quarterback? And I'm not trying to take anything away from Joe Milton. I like his tools. He was fun. I wish the guy nothing but the best. But Drake May was 100% obviously a franchise quarterback. And the fact that I have people on Twitter being like, what did he do this year? What did Joe Milton do? He beat a fucking bunch of backups in a game we were supposed to lose. Like, take your 5th round pick, go to Dallas, go take Dak's job, and everybody's happy.
I don't understand any of the rationale.
Like, the fact that they're still talking about it on sports radio and shit is crazy. It's a 5th round. You wouldn't have been doing it for any other player.
I'm going to be honest with you. If you think Joe Milton was the starting quarterback for the New England Patriots,
you're smoking crimes. Crimes.
You're smoking the wrong crimes. You should not be watching football.
The guy that was going at me on Twitter, I was like, what games did you watch? Did you watch week 18 against the fucking Bills backups? Because that's what it seems like you watched, and that was it.
People don't like Drake May because he had a tough go in the beginning when the offensive line was awful all season. He had no receivers to throw to, and they're like, he only had 2,000 yards. He's not the guy. You don't understand. You're not watching what's actually happening. You're reading the stat sheet at the end of the game and going, he had a bad game. No, he didn't. You didn't watch the game. You got to watch it to understand how good Drake May actually is going to be with bona fide receivers. You know, like the one we signed. That's the guy you want.
Pop Douglas and Keyshawn Booty, who came into their own last year, and I think Douglas is going to be even fucking better now with Diggs outside.
He'll be phenomenal with Diggs outside because you can't guard them both.
Nope.
You can't guard them both, and May is still mobile to get around, so I love it.
I'm very excited for the Patriots. I want no fucking Drake May slander. I want no Joe Milton slander. I wish him the best.
Listen,
God damn.
I'll be representing us live on the draft floor.
Yes, sir.
I will be there. I will be there doing it. The week that I'm gone, you're going to be
take it over. Go hug Goodell.
Yeah, we're going.
Patriots first round selection. You just run up there.
Yeah. I'm just going to do it. I'm going to go.
They burn your media credential in front of you, but you get on stage.
Yeah, it'll be fine. I'll be on
TV. You're debuting the fully off the rails.
Off the rails?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like a PETA protest. You glue your hand to the fucking...
Yeah. I don't think that's a good idea at all. Let's get us a Stone Stories and we get out of here.
Let's do it. So quickly, this one is more of a... say most Ocho. I know you're a trading card guy, Armchair. You dabble. In a small town in Japan, Kawara, they have a new form of trading card going around. This one involves real people. On the surface, this Oji-san trading card game looks like any other collectible card game. As of March 18th, there are 47 different cards in the collection, including 28 featuring local men with stats and special abilities. Take the Firewall card, for example. It features Mr. Honda, which Awesome. 74, a former fire brigade chief who helped keep the town safe for decades. Then there's soba master Mr. Takashita, 81, who runs a local soba noodle making class and now holds legendary status among the town's youth. The most popular of them all is probably all-rounder Mr. Fuji, 68, a former prison officer turned community volunteer. His card is so sought after the local kids have even started asking himself for autographs. I was honestly shocked when they asked me to sign it. I never imagined I'd become a trading card, let alone have fans. They're being made by one senior center in the town, and they're making a hundred was it yen? Is that what it is in Japan? They 100 yen per pack, or they'll make you a shiny if you want to pay 500, and they'll put a shiny in your pack. But
that's amazing.
They're just raking money in on these kids that are collecting all of these cards of these random old men from the senior center.
Sure hope I get a shiny Mr. Honda.
For real. Like, I got a shiny Mr. Fuji. What are you going to do about it? There's like, they have abilities and shit. Like, you can battle with them, which is awesome. I hope there's some psycho that goes out there. He goes to the senior center and he's like, fight. Do it. You're supposed to use flamethrower. Do it. It's like lighting a fucking Molotov cocktail or something.
Throwing stuff.
Wild shit. And then our actual Stone story tonight. Let me find it. We have a Joe Exotic offshoot, I guess. A Nevada man who was arrested Wednesday had 7 tigers seized from his home. Officials raided Carl Mitchell's home in Pahrump on Wednesday morning, which that sounds like an Indian town or something. It doesn't sound like it's in Nevada. Anyway.
It's in Ohio for sure.
Definitely Ohio. Next to Zanesville. Mitchell, 71, did not have a special condition animal permit to own said animals, and he violated other rules over the last few years with said animals. We received information that he has been walking the tigers loose around the property, off the property in the desert, and other places where you should not have tigers. There's been social media posts from him with people interacting with the cats, which is also a violation. He told the news channel that he did not need any permits because the tigers are emotional support tigers.
Of course they are. Yes. Very familiar with emotional support tigers.
7 of them. Not a emotional support tiger. 7 emotional support tiger. He also said that he rescued these cats from Mr. Tiger King himself, Joe Exotic, former Oklahoma zookeeper of Netflix fame, who was convicted in a murder-for-hire case involving animal welfare activists and local known goddamn bitch Carol Baskins. He is serving a 21-year prison sentence. Mitchell initially accompanied deputies who were walking around the property during the raid Wednesday, but refused to hand over keys to the tiger cages. So a veterinarian and wildlife refuge workers could inspect and take custody of them. 7 tigers were eventually seized from Mitchell's home. Would have liked to see that interaction. They're like, sir, we need the keys. No, you're my tigers.
I don't wanna.
You don't get the keys. The only way I'm letting these tigers out is if they're eating your corpses. There's no ifs, ands, or buts about it. Crazy, dude. Any guy that's has to have tigers around them, like, that should be red flags already.
Yes. Yeah, you can't have tigers.
I say Nevada wrong, Welch? Nevada. Yeah, do I have to say Nevada? Is that what you're telling me to do? Because I don't like Nevada. There's no H in there. Nevada. I don't know. I rewatched the Joe Exotic a couple years after COVID, probably 23 maybe, and was not nearly as fun. But God is it crazy? Joe Exotic lasted all of 2020 as long as COVID, and we still got dire wolves before the Bears had a 4,000-yard QB. That's a fact. That's a fact. You can pull up Game of Thrones style to any one of your friend's house with a dire wolf, and we don't have GTA 6. The Bears don't have a 4,000 QB.
I'm telling you right now, I'm posting that. I'm just telling you right now.
It's fantastic.
Consider it stolen. It's gone.
That's mine. You better trademark that quick.
Yeah, that is phenomenal. Amazing.
If you like crazy news stories like Stone Sports, Like Stone Stories, excuse me. Check out my channel, Stone Sports, on Twitch, YouTube. I think we'll probably throw it on Twitter too. Might be on Mark's Twitter. But we have Half Ounce, Half Hour tomorrow, talking crazy news. Probably talking dire wolves, to be honest. Might run this story back for the boys. Saw a couple other ones I wanted to get into. Some lady traded a child for a monkey because she was also a rare exotic animal collector. Crazy shit happening every day. And also, the Florida Gators just won the Natty. So I'm sure there's going to be a surplus of Florida men and women running through the streets of anywhere really.
Gotta be. They're everywhere. Hey, we did it. We made it through. If you are curious to find more, don't forget to like this stream. Hit that subscribe button. We're at 855 subs, closing it on 900, which is the goal. The ultimate goal is 1,000. We're going to get there. Don't forget to share the video out, share it with your friends. We are also on the socials. We're on X, we're on Instagram, we're on Facebook. Don't forget to follow Dubs on Twitch, Stoned Sports Podcast, where you will be doing Hitman stuff and seeing thieves and all sorts of fun stuff.
Lots of pirate shit.
Always check him out when he's doing that stuff.